So we have 3 males and 2 females, and their ages, they range from 1.5 to 6, and they can live up to around 14, these guys. So your meerkats, you would find them in Africa, so in your desert habitats such as the Kalahari, where they live in large family groups called mobs. So you can have up to 30 individuals in a mob, so we do hope to expand ours over the years. And in regards to their social structure, they are led by a dominant female. So our dominant female is Mara, so our 2 girls are Mara and Maisie, and our boys are Milo, Mojo and Merlin. So with the dominant female, she's basically the boss of the group, so it will normally only be her that will breed. And what can happen sometimes is the other females in the group would actually start producing milk to help her feed her pups, but they won't necessarily breed themselves. And they can breed all year round, these guys, so mobs can expand quite quickly. And their pregnancies, they are quite short. It's only around 60 to 70 days for these guys. And your average litter size is 1 to 5 pups for them. So meerkats are diurnal, meaning they're active during the daytime, so they do sleep and give birth in burrows. So you will notice around our enclosure, particularly around the plants just at the front here, they have started digging their own burrows and tunnel systems, which is really nice to see. Obviously this is a natural behaviour, so we do encourage that with them. So for the first 3 weeks of a pup's life, they will spend that time in the burrow. And then once they're 3 weeks old, they will start venturing out with the rest of the group with a designated babysitter. So with their burrows, they are similar to our houses. They do have chambers to them, so they have a bedroom area, an area for rearing the pups, and also if there was a bit of a food shortage, they may store food in a chamber as well. So a behaviour that I'm sure you will see our meerkats doing today, you will see one that will stand higher than the rest, so on a rock or on a tree stump. And what they are doing is known as sentry duty, so one of them is basically being the lookout. So whilst the rest of the group are foraging, they'll be keeping a lookout for any dangers, any threats such as predators. And if they do see anything, they let out quite a high-pitched bark call, which alerts the group to get under cover until the coast is clear. So with these guys, I've been in here before with them, a bird of prey's flown over, one of them's done the alarm call, and within seconds they do vanish. They do communicate with each other amazingly well. They normally retreat either under this rock in the middle, or they'll run into their nice heated bedroom at the other end. So your natural predators for your meerkats would be your birds of prey. So in Africa it would be your eagles and your goshawks. It would also be batted, foxes, jackals and venomous snakes as well. Now mobs have been observed actually attacking venomous snakes to defend their family members. So when they want to be, they can be quite aggressive and they will defend themselves. And they do have lots of cool adaptations to helping them to live in the desert. So their coats do offer them great camouflage from your predators above and on the ground. And the markings they've got on their backs, they are actually unique to each meerkat. So similar to us with our fingerprints, you'll never have 2 meerkats with the exact same markings. So you'll notice as they're foraging today, they have got extremely long front claws which curve round. So they'll use these for digging out their burrows, but for digging for their food as well. And they will try to confuse predators. So what mobs will do is they'll all band together and prance along with their tails up in the air. And then what this does is basically makes them look like a bigger animal to put the predator off. So would anyone like to have a guess about the dark patches around their eyes, what that might help them with? Any guesses? No, not sure? So the dark patches, they basically act as sunglasses for them. So it's because of these that they're able to actually look up into the sky for the birds, and it also helps with any glare they get from the desert sand as well. And they do have a clever way of regulating their body temperature. So what they've got on their stomachs is dark skin and thinner fur. And therefore in the winter months when the odd bit of sun that we get hits this back wall, they sunbathe against it, and therefore having that dark skin and thinner fur means that they're actually able to heat themselves up a bit quicker. And then in the summer it does the opposite for them, so it helps to keep them a little bit cooler. So with their diet, meerkats, they are omnivores. They will eat plant matter as well as meat. So the bulk of their diet would be insects, but they can also eat small birds and reptiles as well. And if they were to come across any ground nesting birds, they would potentially try and take the eggs or the chicks from those as well. So amazingly with your meerkats, they are immune to scorpion venom, so these would make up a part of their diet as well. And they teach their pups from 3 weeks old the best way to remove a scorpion stinger. And they also will rub its body in the sand first, that way if it has any excess venom on it, they're getting rid of that before they ingest it themselves. So we do give them a variety here, so normally their breakfast is some fruit and vegetables, and then throughout the day they're given insects such as mealworms, locusts and crickets. They've just had some omnivore pellet, and then the evening part is their protein part, so we give them chicken, we give them beef, we give them egg as well. And then what we do is we always make it interesting for them. We never just come in and put a bowl on the floor. It's not encouraging any of those nice natural behaviours. So what we'll do is we'll hide their food around the enclosure. We'll also hide it into the logs, in the plants. I'll keep them shut in whilst I do this, otherwise they do cheat and follow me around, which defeats the point a little bit. But what we're doing when we scatter feed is we're encouraging them to actually work for their food like they would have to do it in the wild. So my last question is, how fast do we reckon a meerkat can run? What do we reckon? No, so it's about 20 miles per hour for meerkats, so quite fast. Bearing in mind they are a prey animal, this is a massive advantage for them, that they can run in short bursts at this speed to get themselves back to their burrows. So does anybody have any questions at all about our meerkats today? No? So that does bring me to the end of the early lunch today. Thank you very much for coming to meet them.